Welcome to the Jan Podcast, Season 2, Episode 19. I'm your host, Jan. Well, how is everyone doing this week? The weather is crazy. It's still kind of just randomly raining, and I'm trying to figure out why it's just randomly raining still when it's supposed to be warm, but here we are. I mean, I don't mind it, and we need it. We could always use the rain. Plus, it clears all that crap out of the sky, and it always smells so good the next couple of days after. And then it goes back to the stank of the world. My peeve today, it's actually not traffic. It's a multifunctional peeve, and I'm just gonna kind of give you a little taste of my shit ass luck, okay? So this is all in the same fucking month, right? In the same month, my student loan decided, thanks to the big beautiful bill, that it would go completely ape shit and went up to 317%. And I had to call and barter down to 100%. So it doubled. I guess I'm gonna have to figure that out somehow. But yeah. And then I got a message in the mail a couple of days ago. They raised my rent again, third year in a row. Third year in a row. Yeah. And then I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, we found out we weren't getting raises. I'm like, oh, okay. So my bills just went up exponentially, but my raise isn't gonna be there. My meager little fucking raise isn't gonna be there this year. So that's my peeve today, this week, this moment. I'm just peeved. My luck sucks big donkey balls. It'd be nice if it would be good once in a while. Fuck, man. I was telling my mom, I'm like, what happened to yin and yang? I feel like I'm just knee to the balls all the time. I don't get any breaks. But yep, I do have a little more of the bad than good. But, you know, maybe that means I just got a lot of good coming. Yeah, sure it does. Sure it does. But I do have like I play with well, because obviously I'm going to be poor here now. I play video games, and I do play like the Bitcoin games where you collect your Bitcoins, and I can get like maybe on a good day I get like 1,500 to 2,000, somewhere around there. And it's not Bitcoin, so to speak, it's the Satoshis. Which are like pennies in the Bitcoin world, or like pennies. I think I told you before you need to have like 150 million satoshis to equal one Bitcoin. So yeah, so it's ridiculous. They're pennies, but I mean, as Bitcoin goes up, so do they, right? So I mean, if Bitcoin ever goes through the roof, then those little things might be worth something. So who knows? I have them in my little my Bitcoin wallet, my digital wallet. That's kind of fun. I like getting them for free. I like just it's pretty. All you gotta do is watch ads, and half the time I'm just doing shit, so it doesn't matter. So I collect stuff, and it's only like I mean, what, like $2 a day? I mean, people make more of that often, like fucking what, solitaire and all those kind of games. They make a lot of money off those. Well, they claim they do. I don't know anybody personally that's made a goddamn penny off those things. They always rip me off. They get me right to the point where I can pay out, or right to the point where I'm ready to hit that amount, and then it takes it all back away from me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of done. Oh well, if you put in $5, yeah, fuck you at that point. There's not gonna be a $5, motherfucker. There's gonna be no $5. Man, I don't know. I'm hoping that our economy is gonna get better when the next election happens. Yeah, because honestly, I've never had it good enough where I could buy a brand new car. So I've never owned a new car, like a brand new car. Never. I wouldn't even know what that's like. I probably wouldn't even want to drive it because I'd be afraid to fucking scratch it or some shit. But maybe someday. But honestly, I don't mind driving used cars. I kind of like cars that are already broken in. I could say so many things, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be mature. Damn, I hate it when I'm being like that. I was watching, what the hell was I watching? I was watching, you know how they have those shows where they kind of do flashbacks of your generation and the weird shit that was going on during that time. They did a flashback of, like, I think it was Jim Jones, and I was thinking, oh my god, the freaking cult where they all drank the Kool-Aid and died. Holy shit. They coined the term, drink the Kool-Aid. Don't, you're drinking the Kool-Aid there, buddy. Yeah, there's a lot of Kool-Aid drinkers right now, but besides that. Anyway, on another subject. At the same show, they had gone into, like, the satanic panic of the 80s, okay? And that's what they called it. They loved blaming everything on satanic cults, even though there was never anything shown to be a satanic cult that did anything. So it was always just people panicking. And it's like, it kind of reminds me of right now, because these people are thinking of something and they're imagining something that's an enemy to them because they have anxieties. So they make everything enemies. It's just kind of funny. They can't handle their stress, or they can't handle the fact that they fucked up or did something stupid, or it never. What was it? The McMartin? Let me hang on. I'm gonna take a split second here. The McMartin preschool case. Yes. That was a pretty tough one when they tried to say that those teachers, and they were husband and wife and stuff, that they were satanic worshipers. And oh, it was just horrible. They got that one unlicensed therapist got all those little kids to lie, and oh, what a mess. What a freaking mess that was. It was all lies. All lies. It's like they tried to blame Dungeons and Dragons for satanic. Give me a break. God, why don't you go play the game and you fucking change your tune? Of course, heavy metal music, they blame that too. Oh, it's satanic, Then Halloween, oh, child sacrifice. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Or God, this one was really maddening. The West Memphis Three. Yeah. You blame three kids after three other kids get murdered just because they're rockers and they were black and were different, and then you convict them. You actually fucking convict them on no evidence. They spent 18 fucking years in prison, and then DNA finally clears them in 2011. That's just, it's moral panic is gross, okay? It just I don't know. It happens during rapid culture change, and that's definitely what we have now, especially like, our workforce and relying on women in it now. And it's, we have to be in the workforce just to survive ourselves. So it's just kind of one of those things. But yeah. Meh. Yeah. Meh. But yeah, we're there. We're doing it, baby. You know what? That makes me miss my motorcycle. I had a motorcycle. I wrecked it, but I didn't wreck it, but I have a Honda Shadow. It's like a 80 freaking 7 or 86, 86 Honda Shadow. Um, that's the one I was riding when the freaking wheel came off and I crashed. I dumped it. So I love that motorcycle, and I rode the hell out of that bike. I mean, when I got it, it was not beat up, but it wasn't new by any means. Um, I drove that bike to LA. That was a fun ride, and it was hot as fuck. Riding down was great. I went the main highway, and then I came home on the interstate. And as I came home, the interstate's a lot wider, so you can see like the entire Central Valley of California. You can see it like from I-5 mountaintops. You can see the entire valley. It's kind of cool if you give a shit about the valley, but as you're coming in, you can also see weather coming from the Bay Area into the area, and you can see how fast that shit moves through. And I had chaps on and a jacket and everything, but that storm came in really fast, and it caught me. It caught me because I basically, as I was heading in, I was heading into the storm, and then in order to get home, I had to head even with the storm. So I'm just basically running right through the storm. Right through the beginning of the storm. I just got fucking hammered. I was so fucking wet when I got home. I could barely get my chaps off. I weighed like another 40 fucking pounds just per chap. I was like, "Oh my god." I got them off and I just laid them on the fucking cement floor. I'm like, "Holy crap." I was so wet. It was ridiculous, but I was grateful I had them because it could have been a lot worse. Like my thermals that I had on, those weren't wet, but my jeans were starting to get wet. So it was good timing. But it was still a lot of fun. But that was the first time I'd ever rode my bike, any bike, and the wind whipped me so hard that it lifted me off the fucking ground for a split second. You want to talk about putting a pucker in someone's ass? My God, I was like, yee! My bike was only like 500 pounds. and I wasn't as chunky as I am right now. So I was only like another, 175 pounds on top of that. So yeah, lifted my ass right off the road, scared the shit out of me. I'll tell you what, I slowed down because I think I might have been going a little fast. Sometimes when you speed, you make things worse. So I just slowed down. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get fucking blown off the road. But that was fun. I used to ride it to like the fairs and stuff that they'd have around here. I think Stockton has an asparagus festival. And then, like, oh gosh, the Bay Area. I've gone so many times to the Bay Area for the Pride Parade, for just events and festivals and all kinds of fun, 420s and you name it. I've gone there for all kinds of stuff. Park my bike and we'd walk around for hours, get on my bike and come back home. And it was always really cool going over the Bay Bridge on a motorcycle. And I've taken it over the Golden Gate, which wasn't that thrilling, but I've taken that thing everywhere. I did have to at one point. I have actually. We used to take it up into the mountains all the time. Right above Sonora, there was this brewery called Snowshoe, and they had really good beer. And you could buy it like growlers in the gallon things, the gallon glass growlers, which I still have too. And they had actually very good food. Like they cooked real good food. So we'd go up there and we'd get growlers and we'd drink and we'd freaking eat. And then we'd take a growler home and we'd ride home. And it was a lot of fun. You're up in the mountains and it's beautiful. And then there's like 5 or 6 of you. So it's kind of fun. I did get to a point. Well, there's always points where you have like the one vehicle that you don't want to get stuck with and not have anything to back up with. But that is my motorcycle. And when it's raining outside, the last thing I want to do is ride my motorcycle to work, but there it is, you know what I mean? Sometimes you don't have a choice. So I was riding it in the rain, I was riding it in the fog. It was crazy. And when I was riding it in the fog, I was having battery issues and I didn't realize it was my battery and it would just shut off. Yeah, and it would be all dark and I'm in the fog in the middle of the road going, "Fuck, I'm gonna die." Yeah, that was pretty scary. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't fun. Yeah, it was cold. Yeah. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You don't have any choice. Sometimes you gotta do it. That's why when I wrecked my bike, I really shouldn't have been on it, but my car didn't work anymore, so I didn't have a choice. I had to ride it, even though I hadn't rode it in a year. I mean, I rode it to work that Monday and then came home. I just ran out of gas that day, but it rode fine. I filled it up. I got home. I woke up, I started coming to work. Right before I hit the freeway, I wrecked it. My tire came off. So I don't know what happened with that. I think I ran over something. I haven't really looked because when I did do that, I bruised myself from like my hip all the way down to my flipping toe. My whole leg was purple. It was insane. That hurt like hell, man. I was like, son of a bitch. Yeah, that was a fun day. But that motorcycle has been through thick and thin with me, and it's still sitting out there, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it. And I know I should never get on a motorcycle again. I already know this, just because I know how bad it hurt last time, and I'm not feeling like I want to go through that anymore. You know what I mean? You get to a point you're like, I have broken everything in my body, and can I have like a little time to not hurt constantly? No, no, you can't. I was sitting at and I was at my desk, and I got up and I went into the kitchen and I was doing stuff in there, and my phone goes off, and I'm like, dang it. And I can't remember if it was a phone call or a text. I just heard it go off. And I thought, how dare someone text me while I'm awake? I'm like, how dare you? How dare you text me when I'm coherent? Damn it. Yeah, I went over and looked. It was my mom. I had to answer back. So it's a good thing I did check. Have you ever done that where your phone goes off and you're like, how dare you text me? You're like, oh, it's 3 o'clock. Oh, that's funny. I do. I don't know about you, but I do. I do. I am an older movie Steven Seagal fan. Like I like Steven Seagal's older movies. Do I like him now? No. No. Well, I didn't like him all that much back then. I just enjoyed his movies. But I was watching Under Siege, which is a good movie, and Tommy Lee Jones is fucking insane in that movie. But God, what a sexist fucking movie, man. I was just like, damn. It wasn't that bad when I was young, but now that I look back on it, I'm like, fuck, everything's just, It's all about the tits and the ass girl, you know? I was like, fuck, man. And there were some good scenes in that movie, don't get me wrong, but it was also kind of stupid. I was like, okay. Mug, root beer, nah, 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 nah. But yeah, the movie's pretty good still, though. I mean, there's some good action in it, and he has a clever way of taking out the sub and stuff, so it's kind of cool. I would watch it again. But that's about all I got. I just wanted to kind of BS a little bit about my motorcycle and stuff. I could give you an update on my body and how I'm doing. I got this little estrogen patch from something RX. I had to get a prescription for it, but I got it, and I go see my other doctor on the 19th, but I needed something to try to see if I could fucking save myself because I was at a point where I couldn't open doorknobs, couldn't brush my teeth. It was pretty bad. My arthritis in my hands were so bad, I looked crippled, and it was so painful. I was just, ugh. So I started this patch last Friday, and I actually the tingle in my fingers left about maybe 5 hours ago. It just went away. I mean, I still like my fingers feel sore and tired still, but something's different. I can feel today. I put the second patch on yesterday, so today is the first day of the second full day of the first patch. So I feel pretty good. Like I don't know because I could feel like shit tonight and I could feel like crap for the next 2 days. My body's been like that, but I'm hoping that it's helping. I'm hoping that what I'm going through will help somebody else so that they don't have to go through this because I don't wish this on my worst fucking enemy. This is the most pain I've ever felt in my entire life, and I have broken shit you wouldn't believe. I have dusted my knee. I have had serious pain, okay? And this tops all of it. It just tops all of it. Give me another knee surgery and get rid of this. I'll take it. Give me 3 knee surgeries. I'll take it. At least I know that's going to heal. Shit. Be careful what I wish for. All right. Well, my little Chupa looks sad because I haven't talked to her in a whole, 19 minutes. I'm sure she's just going to throw herself off a cliff here. All right. It's been real. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. Well, it has, actually. All right. Spay and neuter. Adopt, don't shop. What else? We have a ringtail in our freaking warehouse we're trying to catch, so wish me luck on that. And what else? That's it. Cool. Meh. Well, you have a meh day, and I will be meh back next week, right? Ah, hopefully meh body won't hurt so bad. Meh. All right, enough. All right, peace out.